I drove to the worst part of town to find out why my perfect daughter had been sneaking off there every night at 2 a.m. My daughter had always been the model child, straight A student, star of the volleyball team, the kind of kid who volunteered at the animal shelter just because she wanted to help. She had great friends, never caused problems, never lied to me. Every parent's dream. Then 3 months ago, everything changed. She quit volleyball with no explanation, stopped hanging out with her friends completely, started coming home exhausted, losing weight, dark circles under her eyes. I asked her what was going on. Nothing, Mom. I'm fine. You're not fine. Talk to me. I said I'm fine. Just leave it alone. She'd never spoken to me like that before. Then she got a part-time job. She said it was for college savings. I was proud she was working for it, but her paychecks were disappearing somewhere I couldn't see. When I asked her about them, she always had excuses. They're paying in cash this week. I invested in crypto. Last week I found a burner phone hidden in her closet. Inside were messages and code I couldn't understand. That night, our security camera caught the worst. She snuck out at 2 in the morning and didn't come back till 7. Nothing about this made sense with who my daughter had always been. Sure, she looked fine, no cuts or bruises, but I was terrified. Doctors, gangs, some dangerous older boyfriend. I had to follow her and find out where she was going. So Monday night, I sat in my car at 2 in the morning, watching her slip out the door of our apartment complex. She took the bus across town while I followed from a distance, my hands shaking on the steering wheel. We ended up in the worst neighborhood in the city. 2 people had been stabbed here over the last 3 months. She walked straight to an abandoned warehouse, looked around nervously, then slipped inside through a broken door. My stomach dropped. I called 911 immediately. My daughter just went into an abandoned building. I think she's in trouble. They said they were on their way, but I couldn't wait. I got out and approached the building. Voices were coming from upstairs, multiple people talking low. I crept up the stairs. There was light under a door at the end of the hallway. I got closer. I could hear my daughter's voice. Okay, let's go through the plan one more time before next week. Other voices agreed. My heart was pounding. This was it. A gang meeting. A Darg deal. Something terrible. Through the windows, I saw flashlights. The police were here, but I couldn't wait. I burst through the door and froze instantly. My daughter was standing in the middle of the room with 3 other teenagers, but around her, sleeping bags covered the floor tables with food and supplies. There were people in the sleeping bags. Parents, children, elderly people, all staring at me with wide, frightened eyes. What the hell is going on? I asked her. The police officers rushed in behind me, hands on their weapons, flashlights blazing. My daughter immediately stepped forward to the officers with her hands up. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? People are sleeping here. She said it so sternly, like she was scolding children, not officers. The officers froze, confused. Their hands remained on their weapons. We heard a report about put your hands away from your guns and lower your voices. My daughter interrupted. There are kids trying to sleep here. One officer started to speak. We're here because I don't care why you're here. She cut him off again. You're scaring people, so calm down. I was standing there completely stunned. My 16-year-old daughter was fearlessly ordering armed police officers around. She finally looked at me. Mom, what are you doing here? I told her the truth, that I was worried for her safety. My daughter looked at me and giggled to herself. Then she spoke. 3 months ago, I saw a homeless family sleeping on the street. It was almost Christmas. They had kids my age. Her voice was shaking. I couldn't stop thinking about them. She continued. So I started this with my friends. The 3 teenagers waved behind her. We've been running our own shelter for people who can't get into the city shelters because they're always full. I looked around, really seeing it now. About 20 people, families with children, their grandparents, all with clean blankets, hot food on the tables. This is what I spend the money I earn on. This is where I sneak off to every night, my daughter said. I come here every night to make sure everyone's safe and fed. She explained the burner phone, the coded messages. It was all coordinating with other volunteers finding people who needed help. Her eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry I lied, but I knew you'd try to stop me if you knew I was coming here. She looked at the teenagers standing with her. What about the plan? I asked her. I heard you from behind the door talking about a plan. Yeah, we're trying to raise money for a second location. We have a waiting list of 40 people who need shelter. The officers lowered their weapons completely. My daughter and I hugged in front of everyone. I drove back home minutes later, picking up ready-to-eat meals to bring back to the shelter. The police didn't shut the shelter down either. They connected my daughter with city resources instead. The city provided a real building, heat and running water, funding to keep it going. I started volunteering with my daughter every weekend. Years later, she was running a major homeless outreach program across 3 cities.